I don't know if this is meant to be making sound. Is it? I don't... Oh, it is. I can hear a very little bit of noise. Like there was a little flourish there. I want to turn it up because I can't hear anything. Okay, I can do that. Right, that is the sound of the game almost doubled, so hopefully it came through.
Have I ever told you about my son?
Oh fuck, I meant to turn subtitles on. Alright, I'll do that once I get control. Apologies for the bad unsubtitled opening cutscene.
In the Solana galaxy. But to be precise, he was created much farther away. My son's name is XJ0461.
Also, Gavin, I hope you're ready for this plot to go fucking mental.
Clank.
If you thought it was nuts already, oh boy.
My arch nemesis. Not so smart now, are you?
Sir, the Zoni are inquiring about our progress.
How much longer must
I can't get over the Sony thing. I want to turn it down slightly, a bit louder than you. Okay?
Fire does not remember. You must fix. Yes, I'm fixing.
Stand by.
Okay, that's a bit lower. But not as low as it was, obviously. Yeah, I still kind of just can't get over the controller thing. Like, what the hell? It's on the list of like, yeah, you can play this game if you own a DualShock 4. Well, buddy, I own 2 DualShock 4s, and I cannot fucking play the game.
Not the hypersonic brainwave scrambler.
The hypersonic brainwave scrambler!
Your magic time robots, how do you get owned?
Apologies, sir. I should have mentioned the equipment is especially susceptible to sonic weaponry.
Backup generator activated.
He's awake! Stop him!
Okay, this looks gameplay-y, so we should have control in a minute. We have control, but we're not allowed to pause. Is it because it's auto-saving? No, we're just not allowed to pause. Oh, wait. Ah, okay, I was hitting the wrong button. Sorry. PlayStation Now changes the controller bindings from just plugging a DualShock into the PlayStation. Clank just alive again. They're really fucking bad at this. But you see, nothing can hold Clank down anymore, because he is now mystic timekeeper of the universe. Tammy, what are you doing? All the in-game stuff still not subtitled. Tut tut, boys. Alright, buddy, I believed you. I'm already in the air duct. Why does he have soldiers in the Mystic Time base? How bad are the Time Lords? They're very dumb. They have incredible control, but they're very dumb. What am I meant to be? Oh, there's lights. Okay. Oof, that is floaty controls.
There's one more beneath you. Got it. You're recalibrated. Now keep moving. I'll hold them off as long as
Weird to have a tutorial like this for the first time in the series. It really is.
Dispatching time cleaner.
And I remember actually they have that, like, a very similar tutorial to that in the reboot as well.
Time anomalies detected on planet 200.
Also, wow, yeah, actually, I got totally distracted by it not working. Despite Sony saying it'll work, no, I won't let it go. In the middle of my conversation about, yes, so amazingly, at the PS5 event, they announced a new Ratchet and Clank game that isn't a sequel to the reboot, but in fact a sequel to these games. So essentially means it won't be as good as the PS2, but it'll be better than what we got in 2018. I think it was 2018. So this stream series, which I thought had a definitive end with Into the Nexus and would end next month maybe, as it turns out, we'll just keep going. Gonna have to pick up a PS5 at some point when Rift Apart comes out and play that, because otherwise it's just not complete, and that's not a goer. What? How do you want? Okay, there we go. Clank, please. Clank, please. What do you actually want from me? Like, he can't go that high. Was I meant to not break those boxes? Like, press X in midair. Oh, okay. So I can do that now. Oh, I hate this camera. Dear God. So, we are now also, at this stage, at the last Ratchet game that I know of. Well, I say no, that I know the contents of, because it's the last one I have played. I've never played Into the Nexus before. However, I gotta say, I haven't played this one probably since it came out. So, when I fuck it up, I just don't remember things. That's why. Oh, well, bye, Clank. And I'm hoping to try and get a full length in, so we'll hopefully go for, oh god, that did not look good, for 3 hours if we can manage it. But obviously losing half an hour to Sony lying didn't help that. Also, god knows what kind of technical issues we might run into trying to play this fucker on PlayStation Now while also streaming. That could be an absolute recipe for disaster. Because it already, like, it doesn't run well. Like, it doesn't look good. I'm pretty sure it's being down-res dynamically to kind of cope with the network issues. And, like, there's no denying it does not look as good as if we were just playing the copy I own. But David, streaming is the future. Google paid me to say so. It probably is the future. Probably about 40 to 50 years in the future. Because at the minute, it's not even able to stream a late era PS3 game right as the PS4 era is ending. Without any kind of graphical fuckery.
Dr. Nefarious, I should have known you were behind this. Where have you taken me?
You don't recognize
How should you have known? You thought he was dead.
the great clock! A marvel of science and sorcery engineered by the brightest solar
curious. What lie did you tell the Zoni in your quest for vengeance?
Vengeance? You think I went to all this trouble for mere vengeance? They say I'm egomaniacal. Let's just say it's all in the past. Lawrence!
Right here, sir.
Ready the orb of gratuitous immobilization.
Clank, if you get captured again. Thank you, Chungus.
Shall I prepare the mnemonic station again?
No, I have a better idea.
But, sir...
Patience, Lawrence. We have all the time in the universe.
Now to the far more mundane intro for Ratchet, I assume. Pretty sure we're not going to be witnessing the destruction of time itself.
So huge, in fact, that if you lost your car keys in it, they would be almost impossible to find. Luckily for Ratchet, Captain Copernicus L. Quark was on the case. His mission, rescue the Lombax's one and only friend. Yep, without Clank, Ratchet was alone in the universe. Alone. Alone. Alone.
You realize this ship has an ejector seat, right?
Sorry. I guess you could say I've been a little antsy in my pantsy at the thought of getting back into the hero business. Yep. These wild stallions have been in the stable too long.
I do love how crushed into this ship he is due to his insane design
Your eyes peeled? Talon says this sector's
of just
crawling with mercenaries.
being the biggest man in known history.
Eternal and peripheral.
Warning. Warning. Unidentified anomaly detected.
Hang on. Shifting to evasive maneuvers.
I love unidentified anomaly as a phrase a computer knows to say. You know?
Oh no, we're gonna die! We're gonna die! Oh, good thing I'm wearing clean underwear.
Will you shut up? We are not gonna die! Aphelion, engage gravimetric stabilizers.
Negative. Stabilizers offline. Thrusters offline. Landing flaps offline.
All right. So, we're gonna die.
That was a remarkably gentle crash, all things considered. They built this, like, main chassis ridiculously sturdy.
I know. So much for clean underwear.
Nice to see it for once. Shots fired. God, I forgot about that. They just didn't animate the crash in from Ratchet 1 whenever they did the
This
reboot.
uncharted jungle will solve the mystery.
You gotta wonder what kind of crappy budget that game was made on. Given the game. But also the obviousness that it was given, probably just given like the leftover budget of the movie.
Alien planet. Captain Quark realized his rescue mission would inevitably pit him against the most terrifying evil of all, nature itself.
I'm also curious, in kind of the replay of this game, to see how much of what I like about this game is just that I like anything that does stuff with time, because it's cool. I can tell you one thing I definitely hope I didn't like the game for, the camera controls. What weapons do we have? We just have the Constructo pistol. Find mods to change the weapon's functionality. And then I assume... Oh, no, we're back to gladiator controls, so R1 is fire. Rather than...
Ratchet! Nature is
Yeah.
attacking!
Rather than, circle. How do you keep missing, Ratchet?
Okay, slight problem. I'm not so good with swimming.
Just wait here. I'll find you another way across.
Oh, great. This rain is gonna be murder on my spandex.
That is a good line. Which line? I need to know exactly, and because of the delay, I can't be sure. It is funny how it, like,
Well,
it
where there are
looks
bridges,
like
there
the
are
PS2
people. Where
games
there are people, there are ships.
because
You see
of,
where I'm
like,
going with this?
the graphical
That's pretty smart. You're gonna make a great song.
Ratchet nature is attacking. Pretty good line. Due to the graphical kind of effects of PlayStation Now, which means it looks a lot worse than like the last couple of games we played, where we just played them natively on the PS3. A lot of this, as it turns out, which was not the plan, is just going to be me, apparently, just dunking on streaming games.
Something is
Sorry, Google.
seriously
Maybe
wrong with
latch
this
onto an
planet.
idea that isn't shit.
It's like time is all not working. Rumble, you stupid door!
I'll find another way around. You gonna be alright with those things on the loose?
Please, I can handle a few tiny creatures.
It's, at the same time, I suppose I will give it to them with this. It doesn't look as good as it should, but it's running. And it's cheaper than buying a PS3 controller, so it's probably how we're going to do the whole Love Kraken. And then we're going to pray to God that Nexus works. PS3.
You see the size of those things? They were horrible. Come on, maybe there's a hotel around here. Concerned for his compatriots' well-being, Captain Quark's noble sidekick ninja leaps from stone to stone. Below him, 6 deadly inches of crystal blue water. With his enemies vanquished, Captain Quark steals into the jungle, blaster at the ready, prepared to deliver swift justice to those who cross his path.
Well, it's good to see that time has made Quark more normal.
This baby here deals maximum damage. For a fair price, of course.
Okay, so I don't care about Zircons. I might care about you. But let's buy this for now.
Tired of having to purchase a different weapon for every occasion? Then try Grummelnet's new Constructo line and take charge of your arsenal.
So,
Each weapon can be modified with any
I mean, I guess it makes sense, because where else would you put this? But it also seems kind of weird that we're getting this after we already have, like, the pistol, which is one of the...
available in 3 flavors: the Constructo Bonglove, Constructo Pistol, and Constructo Shotgun.
Are you tired of the core premise of your series? Yeah, that bit
Welcome back, Chief.
feels like they probably could have introduced... Because it's not a bad idea. It feels like they could have introduced these in a less terrible way.
This door is ajar.
I mean... Ratchet, why would you throw it there?
How come you get all the cool weapons?
Oh, help! Please, please help me. My children, they're in danger.
What seems to be the
I forgot about this.
Typhoids. We were fishing up the river when they attacked.
Quark, stay here. I'll go save the children.
You got it,
He can't
sidekick.
be trusted.
Smart thinking. I'll just stay here and hold the fort.
My children are in danger. What seems to be the problem? I mean, there's a reason why Quark isn't a good hero, you get me?
Dad, somebody!
Oh, well, that was nearly a bit funky. What in the hell are you? Oh. Yeah, let's see how this shit works. So it changes the shot type? Yeah. Well, it changes the bullet, I guess, is more accurate. It's nuts that Quark was this on point and the reboot was just a few years after. Yeah. Part of me does wonder, and it'll be interesting to see how they come back from it, I guess, with Rift Apart. How much of the writing that ended up in the game as well was because of the movie writers? Because, like, I mean, it's the same as everybody. They would not let the people who wrote the games that people liked write a movie. Like that, they made an Artemis Fowl movie, and then because of scenarios, but also because it was shite, it came out on Disney Plus. But there's a whole thing where like they aged him way up, and Disney's reasoning was because no one wants, you know, like an 11-year-old spy genius kid as the protagonist to this story, and people were just like, they obviously did. That's why the books were really popular. What the fuck are you talking about? And that, to be fair, I just read that and laughed my ass off. The Artemis Fowl one really hurts me as I loved that fucking series as a kid. I did too. Those books were fucking incredible. Which is why it is really annoying that they fucked it up. And doubly annoying. Oh, Sony, your streaming's showing. Really annoying that they fucked it up, specifically in a way of like, well, this thing was popular, but it was probably a fluke, so we should change it.
Thank you so much.
Happy to be of service, ma'am.
The Cyphoids will be back soon. Come, we have to get into the village. So
They also apparently made Artemis less of an actual villain, just generally less evil, which also defeats the entire fucking point. Oh yes, that classic move.
Alpheus, open the
Take a
door.
story where the whole thing is that the character becomes less of an asshole over time, and then just skip all that and make them not an asshole from the start, because we gotta sell some toys.
Of the outsiders. Quickly, we must head into the village. These creatures are the least of our worries right now. Well, one of the elders spotted Lord Vorsalon's warship over the falls.
Lord Vorsalon? Why would he want us?
That rebel must be making trouble again. We have to move everyone into the village.
Absolutely no there's no fanfare for getting this gun to level 2 there, but just a weird delay to it.
They won't stop until they've broken through the wall. We have to protect the villagers.
I was gonna say, could my gun target the spawner, please? That'd be nice. Pretty sure I just shot one of her kids, but it's fine. Oh, there's another goddamn spawner. Incredible aiming.
These woods are no longer safe. Come, we can offer you sanctuary within these walls. I saw your starship crash on the other side of the ridge. I believe we may be of assistance.
The ship's trashed. There's no way we'll be able to repair it.
Ah, but the Zoni can. Meet me at the Temple of Zoni.
How does everybody
You're ready.
know I just know about the Zoni? Like, for being a secretive race of time-controlling robots, they're not very secretive anymore.
Father, friend, and chief of the Fungoids. Looks like this guy was some sort of hero.
Did Ratchet acknowledge that he said Zoni? No. Apparently now it's just accepted in common knowledge that everybody knows the Zoni, and that they're just around. Apparently it's a thing. Good job, Ratchet.
You saved Anessa's children.
Can I have an autograph?
For sure, just hit the dude that asked for an autograph, as you do. I mean, we'll buy it.
The Sonic Eruptor, this genetically mutated xenogoat, is the perfect weapon for crowd control of a destructive nature. Firing the weapon at a group of enemies will unleash a deadly and destructive mating call. For added kick, try squeezing the trigger when the xenogoat's lungs are full.
So it's kind of like a shotgun.